Today I'm going to show you how I make this goat stew with a lot of vegetables. This goat meat I purchased from the Asian market. I didn't need to do a lot of trimming, and this goat meat honestly kind of creeped me out because it didn't really smell like goat, and goat has a very intense smell, but this one didn't have it, so I don't know how I feel about that. So for this marinating, I used Epis. Check out my channel for Epis recipe. I season with beef bouillon, adobo loisa, a little bit of sazon, and this complete spices from Badia, a little bit of olive oil. Give it a nice stir and marinate overnight. I also use some bitter orange juice and the Goya marinade. So, and for this recipe, I slow cooked the goat meat for 7.5 hours. So I did all of that overnight. So if you want to save time, you don't have to do that. You could also pressure cook it, but it will have, the flavors won't be there. And for vegetables, I use chayote squash, watercress, cabbage, and carrots. If you don't like these vegetables, you can add what you like instead. Let's make the sauce. I separated the stock and the meat, so now we're gonna make the sauce using the goat stock. Add some tomato paste to your pan, dissolve that tomato paste. I use the stock to make sure all the tomato paste is dissolved, followed by the remainder of the stock. Give it a nice stir and season a little bit more with some chicken bouillon or adobo and salt. I added a little bit more pepper because I wanted it to have a nice heat. For the vegetables, I cooked the chayote squash first and some of the cabbage because it takes a little bit longer for chayote squash to use. I started adding the carrot too, but I realized that's too early because I don't like my carrots to be too soft, neither does the cabbage, but I had already added some, so I left the rest. So cook the chayote squash first for about 5 minutes. Once it's boiled, go ahead and add the goat meat, a little bit of butter. Let it simmer again for another 5 minutes, and then I'm going to add the remainder of my vegetable, which is the the watercress, the remainder of the cabbage, and the carrots. And cover it up, turn off the heat, cover it up, and voila, you have your recipe. This goes well with white rice and some sauce pois, bean sauce, whatever beans you like, or with some rice and beans. It was delicious, and I shared with my friends.